We're here with Carl Nolan, Coventry United manager. 3-1 defeat at home to Wellingborough. Carl, winning runs are great, but it always stings a little bit when they come to an end, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Well, I said to the boys in there, look, not to get too despondent. You know, look, we're disappointed to lose the game. The performance, listen, it was okay. But it's where we're at in the process. You know, we see the bigger picture here. We're not daft. We've played against a side there. You saw it yourself. Big boys, experienced boys, lads that have, you know, got 6-7 years experience this level. You know, 60% of our squad have got 6 to 7 months experience, but they have to go through these games. You know, there has to be an element of suffering in their journey as up and coming semi-professional footballers, and we have to go through it as a management team while we're building this squad. With such a young side, so look, there's no issues. We'll keep the lads' peckers up, and we'll go again next week.
It's easy to forget, looking at the table, how far Coventry United have come in such a short space of time. Fourth in the table, but this time last year we very nearly didn't have a club. Is it sort of an indication as to where we are in the current building process when you come up against a team like Wellingborough with a bigger budget than us, and we end up on the end of a result like this?
Yeah. Look, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? I mean. Yeah, look, you know, with the resources that we're working with here and where we're at in this phase of the plan, you go into these games seeing the bigger picture, being realistic, and if you can get something, great. But for us, it's just about, you know, have the lads had a go? You know, have they embraced the challenge? Listen, I thought we had 70% of the football. You know, Wellingborough have come with a game plan, and with all due respect, it's worked for them. You know, congratulations to them and their management team, but they haven't built any possession in there. They've gone long for the majority of the game. They've hit us on the counter-attack. So we've had 70% of the ball. So we've been brave. You know, we've played some good football. The approach play was fine. We're just a bit naive in the final third. When we're attacking, a bit naive in our defensive third. But you're going to get that with such a young side. You know, it's not catching us unawares whatsoever. You know, we go into every game, yes, wanting to win, but also seeing the bigger picture and where we're at. And today showed that.
Obviously not the result that United would have liked today, but you've got to say well done to the lads for their character. Towards the end, 3-0 down with a couple of minutes to go. They didn't give up. They got one back through Royal of Oil, so that's got to be a positive.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought, as I say, I thought second half, you know, we've pretty much dominated. You know, as I said, they've sat in for the majority of the game. They've relied on that counter attack, and it served them well today. You know, fair play to them. But yeah, we've kept trying to play. No issues there. The work rate was there. You know, even going 2-0 down, the work rate was there second half. So, you know, we trust these players. We believe in those players, and that's why we've said in there, you know, don't get too despondent. Keep going, keep working hard in training, keep embracing the process. Yeah, look, we're not too concerned at all after today.
A new signing making his Coventry United debut today, teenage forward Mason Payne. Can you tell us how the deal came about and what you expect him to bring to the Coventry United fold? Yeah,
well, I've known Mason for a while. You know, I had Mason as a younger teenager. And I liked him then. I like the attributes that he's got. I like his character. So I'd been keeping tabs on Mason for a while. I knew that he was available, and you know, I had a good chat with Mason. And I believe, you know, as long as he works hard and keeps developing, he'll have a good future at this football club. So obviously he's gone on there today. He's had a feel for what we're about. We'll have another good week's training with us, yeah, and then hopefully things map out really well for him here.
And finally, next Saturday, it's Wellingborough Town away, a game that on paper you'd think would be a good opportunity for the Red and Greens to bounce back. What have we got to do to get those 3 points in Leicestershire next week?
Well, keep doing what we're doing. Reflect and learn from games like today, you know, because they're disappointing goals to give away. And we gave a disappointing goal away last week against Eastonton. We've done a bit of analysis on that, showed the players. So what we've said in there, look, we've got to learn from game to game. You know, what are we doing well and build on that? What do we need to address where we're not doing quite so well? So we'll have a good week's training this week. We'll go into next week as we approach every game with a game plan. But look, we've just got to start learning that little bit quicker. Yes, it's a process, but similar type of mistakes are being made at the minute too frequently. And that's a challenge for the players to address that. And look, you know, we'll look to bounce back on Saturday.
Well, we look forward to seeing it. Carl, thanks for your time.
Pleasure.